This is my morning. I was trying to do it last night. It wasn't really sticking. Well, it's sticking this morning. Oh, it's nice. The whole time change. Meaning you're getting up at 7 o'clock and it's still dark. Woo, 30 degrees. A little nippy, but it's nice. Woo. I'll be back. Why do box truck drivers drive like dicks? Like, I just stopped in this Pilot real fast to use the bathroom and grab something to munch on. And I parked, so I'm not blocking the driveway. Whole row of reserve parking to my right, and I parked over on the end so I could get out easy. And there's just a little bit of curb to my left where, like, it's open, and like, I'm not all the way to the edge on that parking spot because it comes out and then it cuts in for, like, turning around, I guess. And there's like 4 spots to my right. Where does this dumbass park? He parks right here in that little bitty hole to my left. And he parks so close to me because there's so little room that I open my door and I could barely get out. And he saw me pull in. Like, he literally sat and waited for me to finish pulling in, and then he backed his happy ass in. Right next to me between the curb where there's barely enough room. When there's 3 spots to my right, he could have pulled his ass into and sat long enough for him to go in and have his lunch. Like, come on. Like, it's bad enough you box truck drivers drive like you're driving a fucking pickup truck, weaving in and out of traffic. Like, y'all are more of a danger than us 18-wheelers because you're top heavy. And you're short and narrow. But you're tall. Like, come on. Stop driving like jackasses. Start driving like you got some common sense. Like, it's bad enough that you probably don't have to have a CDL to drive those box trucks. Because y'all are still probably swooping under the radar like the hot shots used to. Or still, I don't know how all that works. Like, you think if they had to have license that they'd have a little more common sense. That's all I'm saying. So, I'm gonna make it to my stop tonight before it gets dark. Almost. To the earliest I've done it in quite some time because of my route. Like, it's only going to be 8 o'clock when I get parked. I've not been parked by 8 o'clock in a good minute, so that's going to be nice. Fight through traffic on I-57 South. Like, I hate that spot right there after, where's it at? I don't remember the exit or any mile marker, but it's right there where the prison's on one side of the road and the college is on the other. And then just after that red stop going south is where all that construction is, where it's trucks left lane, 55 mile an hour. And all these dumbasses never slow down for that area. Like, I don't know how many times I'm either being almost ran off the road or they're speeding by, so like I'm sitting still. It's like, come on, people. If the orange barrels are out, it's still considered a construction zone. If the barrels are on the road, it's a construction zone. Slow down. the 5 miles of 55 is not going to hinder you guys that aren't aren't governed. Which 9 times out of 10, that's who's fucking speeding through there. The ungoverned guys. And like, it makes no sense. You guys have too much damn ego in this game. Where's your common sense? Like, seriously. Less common sense. Or less ego, more common sense. There's a reason you're supposed to slow down. There's a reason trucks are supposed to be in the left lane. One, the left lane is slightly wider. And two, it's smoother in that area. The right lane is like full of patches and uneven dips, and it's narrower, and you don't have much shoulder to go off onto if you had to. Or at least on the left lane, you've got an extra 5 to 10 feet where those barrels are. So worst case scenario, you can take a barrel out and go around something. You can take a barrel out and use that space to slow down or stop. But no, you guys that are out here driving like damn maniacs and don't give a damn, which is what makes you guys fucking steering wheel holders. You're not super truckers anymore. You don't get that title. You don't get to have that cool nickname that gives you even bigger head. Y'all are fucking steering wheel holders. Because you're not paying attention. You're not driving like you're supposed to. Like, these are laws. Like, I know you had to learn this shit to get your license. You may not have had to go to a school, because 9 times 10, it's all the older guys. It's always the older guys. Or it's the dudes that look like they're fucking 12 years old and just got off of damn Volvos. Occasionally they're in Cascadias. But like, there's no excuse. You still have to go by the rules of the road. Even though you don't want to. Slow down, people. Stop driving like morons. So annoying. Oh, damn it. Something about driving that just wears you out. Must be all the mental concentration of driving. And I got my new boots on today. Hurt my feet like nothing else. There's something about new boots, especially work boots. Breaking them in. Of course, I've always had issue with boots. They've got to be a little bigger than I really need them so they're wide enough, because I got damn hobbit feet. But they're long and wide, they're not short. Got me a new pair of Brom. I got the steel toe waterproof leather ones. Yeah, they're leather. They're the rawhide looking khaki colored ones. Probably gonna have to switch them to paracord like all my other boots, because that's the one thing I gotta say. Boot manufacturers, do better with your damn shoelaces, because they're the first thing to go. Like, I can have a brand new pair of boots, and the shoelaces are the first thing that break. I'll probably order some paracord this week while I'm on the road, and then I'll relace them when I get home, though. I did buy a spare set of laces, so I may actually wait to do it, but I might go ahead and order what I want. thinking about getting red laces or red paracord of some kind, whether it be like the plaid checkered or just straight red. Or I might go with blue, like a dark blue, like I made Will Burner's keychain, which reminds me I need to mail that off. I think I might start doing that though. I might start making my keychains again, or at least my pull cords I made for the air horns, which you can't see, but I'll take a picture. Especially for these Cascadias, because all you got is this little plastic covered metal cable. Yeah, having an actual little pull cord when you actually needed to grab it, and it's just right there. Like if you're looking at your rearview mirror, it's there. It's hard to miss. Yeah, that might be something I'd be willing to do. So unfiltered Toga. I don't know about you, Toga. I don't know about mailing stuff over the pond, but Will Burner or unfiltered, if you're still driving, let me know and I'll make you a pull cord and send you one. I gotta get Brian sent out. James wasn't driving at the time, otherwise I would have made him one. Doesn't take me too long to make them, but I've got to learn a new pattern. Not a pattern, a new braid, because that's essentially what it is, you're braiding. Well, depending on which one it is, it's more of a weave than a braid. But yeah, it's all paracord bracelets and keychains. You're just braiding paracord in a specific pattern. It's not too terribly hard. It's a little time consuming. And it's one of those things where you can't just cut 6 inches of cord and know you're going to get a 3-inch keychain. Because depending on how tight you braid it, how intricate your braid is, it'll be longer or shorter. That's the only thing I hate about doing this. I've not gotten to the point where I can say, alright, 2 feet of cord will give me a 6-inch thing, or 2 feet of cord will give me a 1-foot thing. I've tried my hand at monkey fists, but they're a little more time consuming because you've got to do it, and then you got to go back and cinch out all the slack so it tightens up. And then when I do it, I don't always do it where it's got 2 tails. I like doing it where there's just one. It's easier to do it where you have 2 tails. But I think it looks better when it's just the one tail out of the fists. I've done marbles before in the center, because you've got to put something in the center of them to hold their shape. I've done it by just kind of balling up some cord and sticking it in there. I've got a nice big one that's about the size of my fist that's got a giant 20-sided dice in it. A lot of people put ball bearings in them, but I don't, because like I've smacked myself in the head with the one with the dice in it, and it hurt. It hurt a hell of a lot, and I'm glad it wasn't a ball bearing, because I probably would have knocked myself out. But yeah, that's my other hobby. I got too many hobbies. But I do have that whole ADHD issue where I get bored of one thing, so I switch to another. Which is why I've got into building computers. I got into building RCs. I got into doing stuff to my cars. I tried to get into shooting, but I found out quickly that's not exactly easy either. I've got a rifle and a handgun, but I haven't used either of them in probably a year. I wanted to do an AR, but at the time I was looking to get into it, it was like $1,200 for the basic AR. But they've come down now. You can get in my area where I've looked, I think you can get a decent one for about $500. But that's without sights or anything. It's just the standard iron. I think they come with the iron sights, the ones I was looking at. Nothing special. They look like just a naked military style M16 or whatever. They just don't have the same foregrip. But yeah. Why can't hobbies be cheap? And it doesn't help that this time right now with the damn inflation of everything and being down and everything else. I guess that was my main reason for starting this, thinking, hey, if I can get to the point where I can get enough subscribers to make money, I can use YouTube to fund my hobbies. Not really make a profit, just enough to buy parts for my RCs, maybe an upgrade for my computer. Stuff like that. I know it's really touch and go with guns and YouTube, so that's not really going to happen. But I figured between my computer and the RCs, I could get to the point where making videos helped fund my hobbies. Which, what I'd really like to do is I want to make I want to build a RC semi. They're 1/14, or they're 14th scale. There's like 5 or 6 different models you can choose from. Everything from cab overs to long nose cars, but none of them are licensed. Well, none of the American ones are licensed. Like the Scania and the MAN and the Volvos, those are licensed. Like you can get a licensed cab over all day long, but all the American style trucks, they're called like King Haulers and Cattle King or something like that. But like you can build them up. Like you can use actual air shocks. Like you can set up to where it's got real air ride. You can set it up to where it's powered coupling and uncoupling. You can get a kit that powers the landing gear for trailers, which is all cool, that's all extras. But like just the kit for the truck, just the kit is $500. That's like one of the most expensive RCs out there, is the scale trucks. And then the trailers, even if you just want a simple drive-in trailer, that's another $500. So you've got $1,000 before you even get into electronics. Which with something like that, you don't need a really big beefy motor or anything. You just need something that's got torque, which most engines have, or most motors have torque. It's just you gotta get the specific ones for high speed. So that's not really an issue. Yeah, that's something like I want to progress to. Really, I think the first thing I would need to really do though is maybe get a GoPro, maybe get some kind of knockoff action cam, and then a laptop. Which all the laptops I've been looking at, good Lord, they're $1,000. course, I am looking at like a brand new this year laptop just so it's future proof. Because how the last laptop I had, I bought in 2011. 2012. Yeah, I bought it in 2012. I still have it, but it's old and outdated. Like, I think it's running DDR3 RAM. Yeah, it's old. It's old, so old. And it hit and misses working. Got too many things I want to do that really I need to be home to do. I guess that's the only downside I can see of all this trucking. It's good money. It's an easy job. A little stressful. You just got to make the most of your time when you're home. And right now, that's the hardest thing to come by. That's a real commodity. That's life. I hate that this kind of got depressing, but I'm honest, I'm straightforward. I don't really sugarcoat anything, so you're gonna get it raw, uncut, and as honest as can be. Which may not always be a good thing. It may not always be entertaining. But hey, if there's one thing I can be, it's honest. That's what I try to be. I'm about 30 minutes away from my stop for the night, so I think I'm going to end here for Tuesday. It was fun. I woke up to snow, 30-degree weather. Had a little bit of fun in the snow. But now I'm going to be down in the south and probably won't see any more. Though there might be some still up in Indiana. There's supposed to be a cold spell coming through. It's supposed to be cold up there all week, but I don't think there's supposed to be any more snow. So there's that. Yeah. Call it a night. I'm going to try to do some stuff with this video, which there's not really much going on. But I'll try to post something in there.